The boy was taking an exam, but he was stumped by the first question. Ethan's imagination was boundless, and he imagined the 9 planets, with himself piloting a spaceship, crashing into Pluto number 9. After a fierce collision, Earth narrowly survived, while Pluto was shattered into pieces. Ethan finally concluded that 3 multiplied by 9 equals 3. He truly was a genius. Just as he finished writing the answer to the first question, the exam was already over. Seeing the boy's wise eyes, the top student in the back row quickly asked him how the exam went. Ethan boasted to his classmates that the exam was super easy, but when the test papers were handed out, Ethan ultimately scored 0. Not only that, but Ethan also stood out in the Chinese class. The teacher asked him to read the textbook, and he said the words were jumping. This really angered the teacher, who forced him to read the text loudly. Ethan had no choice but to obey. The teacher thought this child was out of control and immediately asked him to leave the classroom. In fact, Ethan wasn't lying. In his eyes, the letters were jumping, and the numbers turned into various objects. This was dyslexia. Although learning wasn't his forte, drawing could highlight his exceptionally high talent. However, adults only focused on grades and constantly challenged Ethan. Ethan also had an older brother, whose grades always ranked first in the class. In the morning, the whole family was busy with their own tasks, except for Ethan, who was sleeping soundly in bed and leisurely strolled to school. After the grades came out, his parents were called to the office. The principal thought Ethan should go to a special school. His father sent him to a boarding school far away, mercilessly abandoning Ethan. But at that time, Ethan was only 8 years old, and he always longed for home, only to be met with loneliness. The teachers here were even stricter than before, and disobeying a teacher's order would result in punishment with a ruler. His severe reading and writing difficulties made Ethan even more disinterested in studying. Ethan angrily threw his book into the trash can and discarded his backpack. It was precisely because of his boundless imagination that Ethan saw some strange things, astonishingly discovering that the windowsill was covered in a multitude of spiders. Their bodies resembled letters, and a spider appeared on Ethan's neck, causing him to stand up and brush it off. However, this was just Ethan's boundless imagination. Gradually, Ethan became lonely and self-conscious until one day, a new teacher came to the classroom.